chocolate thunder. The man who brought thunder to the rim. There are athletes who play the game, and then there are those who redefine it. Darryl Dawkins was one of the latter, a man whose presence could be felt before he even stepped onto the court. Towering at nearly 7 feet, Dawkins wasn't just a basketball player. He was a force of nature. Best known for his thunderous dunks and his flamboyant personality, he became one of the most colorful and unforgettable figures in NBA history. Though he passed away in 2015, his legacy still echoes through the hardwood, and in 2025, fans still smile at the memory of Chocolate Thunder. At the time of his passing, Dawkins had an estimated net worth of around $1 million, shaped by his years in the NBA, his post-retirement work as a coach, and various public appearances. But Darryl Dawkins was never defined by dollars. His wealth was measured in charisma, culture, and contribution to the game. Early life. From Florida roots to basketball dreams, Darryl Ricardo Dawkins was born on January 11, 1957, in Orlando, Florida, into a humble and hard-working African-American family. Raised primarily by his mother, Harriet James, and supported by his grandmother, Dawkins grew up in a household that valued discipline, resilience, and faith. His father was largely absent, leaving much of the responsibility to the women in his life, strong figures who played pivotal roles in shaping his worldview. He had several siblings, and though times were tough financially, Dawkins found his escape in basketball. Attending Evans High School in Orlando, he quickly became a local phenomenon. Standing over 6'8" in high school, his sheer size, strength, and coordination made him nearly unstoppable in the paint. It was during these years that NBA scouts began to whisper about the young Floridian with the monster jams. Dawkins, however, wasn't just another tall kid with hops. He had flair. He had presence. He had something no one could quite define. Yet, personal life, love, family, and faith. Beyond the spotlight, Darryl Dawkins was a devoted family man. He married Janice Dawkins, and together they raised 4 children: Dara, Tabitha, Nicholas, and Alexis. Friends and family often described him as a gentle giant, boisterous in public, but deeply compassionate and affectionate in private. Dawkins was also a man of faith. While not outspokenly religious in the traditional sense, he often spoke about spiritual strength and the importance of treating people with kindness. He credited much of his success to the guidance of his grandmother and mother, who instilled values of respect, humility, and giving back. In his later years, Dawkins became involved in charitable work, supporting causes such as youth mentorship programs, Special Olympics, and Autism Speaks, inspired by his desire to give every child a shot at greatness, just like he had. Professional career. The NBA's first high school star. In 1975, at the age of just 18, Darryl Dawkins made NBA history when he became the first player to be drafted directly from high school into the league, taken 5th overall by the Philadelphia 76ers. This was unprecedented. At a time when most players honed their skills in college, Dawkins leapt straight into the professional limelight. It was a bold move, and it paid off. In Philadelphia, Dawkins quickly earned a reputation for being a dominant, physical presence. But it was his backboard-shattering dunks that made him a legend. In 1979, he famously destroyed 2 backboards in separate games within 3 weeks. the NBA had to redesign the rims because of him, introducing the breakaway rim system we see today. His dunks weren't just slams, they were named events. There was the chocolate thunder flying, robin scene crying, teeth shaking, glass breaking, rump roasting jam, and the look out below, here I come, rim wrecking, glass checking dunk. Dawkins gave his dunks the kind of dramatic flair you'd expect from a rock star. He even claimed to be from the planet Lovetron, where he practiced interplanetary funkmanship. Over his 14-season NBA career, he played for Philadelphia, 76ers, New Jersey Nets, Utah Jazz, and Detroit Pistons. Though he never made an all-star team, his influence was undeniable. He averaged 12 points and 6 rebounds per game over his career. But statistics hardly do justice to his impact. He was a pioneer of style, attitude, and showmanship, laying the foundation for future icons like Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard. After the NBA, he played in Italy and other leagues before transitioning into coaching and motivational speaking. Darryl Dawkins is remembered not just for what he did, but also for what he didn't do: play college basketball. At the time, bypassing college was unheard of, and many doubted whether a teenager could handle the mental and physical grind of the NBA. But Dawkins proved them wrong. His trailblazing move opened the door for future phenoms like Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Dwight Howard. The NBA's modern era of preps to pros stars owes a debt to Dawkins' bold decision in 1975. Though he missed out on March, Madness, and campus fame, his choice helped redefine the player development pipeline forever. House tour and car collection, bold style, humble roots. Darryl Dawkins wasn't known for flaunting a luxurious lifestyle, but he had a taste for the unique. He reportedly owned a home in Pennsylvania that matched his bold personality. Colorful interiors, big entertainment rooms, and of course, a custom-built basketball court where he would sometimes train young players. He also had a small collection of custom cars, favoring Cadillacs and Lincolns, often with loud paint jobs and personalized plates like Thunder or Lovetron. But despite his flair, he remained grounded. He often said he was just a kid from Orlando who got lucky with a basketball, and he never let fame drive a wedge between him and his roots. Cause of death: a sudden and heartbreaking farewell. August 27, 2015, tragedy struck. Darryl Dawkins died suddenly at the age of 58 due to a heart attack. The basketball world mourned deeply. Fellow players, coaches, and fans took to social media and television to express their grief and share stories of the gentle giant with a booming laugh and a heart even bigger than his frame. Shaquille O'Neal, one of his most direct successors in both size and style, called him one of my heroes and inspirations. His funeral was a celebration of life, filled with tributes, laughter, and stories that spoke to his legacy as both a player and a person. Legacy: more than a dunker today, Darryl Dawkins is remembered not just as a basketball player, but as a cultural icon. His style helped usher the NBA into a new era of entertainment. His personality bridged the gap between sport and show, and his decision to jump from high school to the NBA changed the league forever. In 2025, a decade after his passing, his memory lives on in every rim-rattling dunk, every kid who dreams big despite humble beginnings, and every fan who believes basketball should be fun, fierce, and full of heart. He was Chocolate Thunder, and he was unforgettable.